G'day guys, my name's Monk. I'm a Milsim Gelball player in Queensland and I've just received a TMC elastic pouch which I thought I would do an unboxing and a comparison to of the original 10-speed elastic pouch made by Blue Force Gear. I wanted to chuck this on my chest rig. I didn't want to pay for the same amount again for another Blue Force Gear one, so I thought I'd run the TMC one to give it a crack, just see how it compares. I figured I couldn't find a lot of information on this pouch before I bought it, so I'd do up a video so you guys can see what's the difference between an original one and this reproduction version. So right out the box, this little tag, it's annoying me a little bit. I'm probably going to cut it off later. Don't have that on the real one. And immediately what I'm seeing is the strapping material. The Helium Whisper is not so thick on the reproduction one. I feel like that may impact the structural integrity a little bit, but seeing as it's mostly there for me as a camouflage panel and a utility pouch rather than a magazine pouch, I don't really mind too much. All the mechanisms behind here are all exactly the same as the original one. I'm having a look now at the Velcro portions. Pretty strong, it'll do the trick. Doesn't have to hold up to anything too rough. So I reckon that the Helium Whisper replacement that the TMC have gone for here is probably about half as thick as what is on the original. If that matters to you, take that into consideration. For reference, I probably paid about $35 for this pouch and about $110 for the Blue Force Gear one. So I would personally recommend, if you can find a Blue Force Gear pouch and you're intending on using it for magazines, go Blue Force Gear. It's better quality, they've got warranties. If you run the shit out of it, they will more than likely replace it. But TMC, you won't get that customer service or that high level of quality. So this is the Blue Force Gear one here on the plate carrier right now. I'm just showing you over. Now keep in mind they do fade pretty quick, but they fade sort of in a bit of a logarithmic fashion where really fast all of a sudden, and then they even out a little bit. So don't be surprised if your pouch gets real scuffed really quickly. That's okay. Scuffed means it's seen some work and it hasn't just sat on a shelf somewhere. So I take it as a sign of respect and experience rather than, oh no, my gear is wearing down. Alright, so I'm actually looking forward to wearing this pouch out a little bit because at the moment it looks very new. So we'll go ahead here and chuck it on the chest rig so we can have a look at some comparisons between Blue Force Gear and the TMC pouch. Alright, so out the gates, the material on the front, exactly the same I believe. It's the right pattern, it's the right thickness, it's the right durability as what is used on the Blue Force Gear pouch. I believe they've literally just used the exact same material. TMC typically using that, FMA, MSM maybe not so much, but TMC does use the appropriate materials for the front when they can access it. I understand they haven't been able to access proper Helium Whisper though. Loads up magazines perfectly fine. No obvious stretching. Looks exactly the same. And for me, the retention from the Blue Force Gear and the TMC exactly the same. As we understand, the functional part of this pouch, the elastic, is the same material. The only difference to me is the backing. And in a minute we'll also see the overall size of the pouch is a little bit different too. There we go, so the TMC pouch, as you can see, a little bit more overhang than is present on the Blue Force Gear. May or may not matter to you, a little bit does to me, but it's fine. But in general, it looks the part. If you're looking just to whack something quickly on a chest rig for a little cheaper than a Blue Force Gear pouch, it will do fine. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope this was informative to you and hope it helps you make a decision with your gear purchases.